Alright, today we are going to learn how to create a booster system, kind of a momentum booster for an unpowered mine rail track. And so here's a sample of someone coming into this booster. He goes around and around on the powered booster rail and builds up as much momentum as you like, and then goes off on his unpowered track for quite a long distance. Alright, I'd like to show how to make a booster for a track system that doesn't have to have any sort of powered mine rail on it. And I think with this kind of a booster you can go pretty much arbitrary different distances on a flat rail. So the idea behind it, I'll give a little demonstration of how this works. You come into this station on a cart, typically going faster than this, but you would enter onto this, and now this loop has 4 powered monorail on it, and you go around and around and around the loop, and then you exit in the opposite direction that you came in, and we have collected enough momentum that we can go pretty far with this, but I'll just hop out now so we can actually go back and show you how to build this. I was going pretty fast, so I've got to run back here. So the concept is pretty simple. You basically just need to build a loop with powered mine rail on it, like this, and these are powered by torches underneath. And these two squares here can act as gates, and they can be open and closed. If you add redstone power to this, it will switch to, instead of being connected to the loop, will connect to the exit of either going to the north or to the south in this case. So how does the circuit work? Well, when you hit, normally those gates are closed, so any cart coming in here is going to just stay in the loop and go around and around. When you come in on a cart, it'll flip this stay here. I'll go ahead and put a cart on it, and we'll go to what's going on behind the scenes here. So you'll see back here we have a big delay circuit made up of a lot of redstone repeaters, and this is the amount of time that you are going to stay in that looping rail. So both buttons coming from both sides of the rail actually come together. This is an OR. It's basically an OR gate, so if either one of those buttons is pressed, this delay occurs. And this is a little delay circuit that will turn off. That basically, once the gates open, it will leave them open for just a small amount of time and then turn off again. So let's get this cart off the rail. And if we can get over it quickly enough. Yeah, so once it stopped fighting with the button, there we go. So this circuit is basically, this is an RS latch, so it basically contains 1 bit of state information. This power comes in here, sets the latch, and then the output here resets the latch after just 1 or 2 units of delay. So basically what this does is it disables those gates from opening after it resets itself. So we want those things to open, but just for a little bit, and then they get closed again after that small amount of delay. So basically, this line here coming out of here is kind of a global disable circuit, and that's disabling both the left and right gates from opening. So until that delay actually comes through and resets this circuit, both gates will be disabled, and you'll sit here and loop around inside the loop. And then once the delay occurs, it will enable the signal to open one of the 2 gates. Now, we want the right one to open, so if you come from the south here and you hit this button, you want this gate to open. And if you come from the north and hit that button, you want this gate to open. So that's what this extra disable circuit is here. Depending on which side which of the button you hit, which is stored in this other RS latch here. So I'm going to get down here without hurting myself. So those two latches come into, there's a little RS latch here where the north button is here, goes in here, and it's one side of the RS latch, and I can't see it very well, but the south button goes into the other side. And then the disable circuits, depending on which one of those is hit, one of these two disable circuits, this one disables the southbound gate here, and it drew a little OR here. Or actually, this is a NOR gate, so if either of the lines coming in is turned on, this will be off. And then this one goes and disables the northbound gate. So if you hit that button here, it will disable the southbound gate, so you don't go back, sailing back the way you came once you exit this momentum boost. So I was going to show off, I'll show you a schematic of how this circuit works as well. It might be a little bit more clear than looking at it here in Redstone. Okay, so let's take a look at the schematic, and we'll try to kind of relate this to what we're looking at. So this is the track coming in, and then the loop that goes around and out again. And these are the two buttons that you set up to detect when the minecart comes into the loop, into the momentum booster. Now you see both of them are wired with redstone up to this RS latch. So an RS latch, basically on the S side, it will set it and it will remember that bit is on, or it will reset it and turn it off to remember the bit is off. So it's either a 0 or a 1 that it remembers in there. So if you reset it, then the Q stands for like the bit state, and Q bar is the inverse of the bit state. So both of those are available on this latch. So if you reset it, the Q bar will be on, and it'll set this disable line. So this disables the gate that we have for that rail. And if you hit the other button, it'll set it, and this disable line will be on. So that depending on which way you come into this, one of these gates will be disabled from opening up ever until you hit the other button. Okay, then there's these buttons also connect through an OR gate, and then our long delay line. This is all these repeater delays to set this other RS latch. So normally this is in the off state, but so the Q bar is actually then on, so that normally then it's disabling both sides of the gates as well. The only time it's enabled is the short amount of time between after this long delay goes off, and then until the reset line comes back and resets itself, turns it back off again. So that opens up just the right gate at the right time. So that is how it is built. If you can kind of understand the logic gate symbols and see how it was built in Minecraft itself. Okay.